I'm a shake block cutter, an entrepreneur. Yeah, starting off in the footsteps of my big great predecessors, HR, etc. Yeah, we're up to the Burma Road there in Stave Lake and found a nice little spot. Big logs, clear, dry, red cedar. There's nothing like seeing a big block, clear wood, sailing down the wire. Pop! And another, and another, and another. Hey, money from heaven. Streets are paved in gold for those of us that want to come out here and whack it.
Well, I'm a mover, I'm a shaker, I'm a jelly roll baker, I'm a fast-talking son of a gun. I'm a hustler, I'm a rustler, straight shooting, beer guzzling, and I'm always on the run. I'm a smoocher, I'm a moocher, I'm a hoochie coochie, got my mojo again too. And if you believe half of what I say, I'll leave my mark on you. 'Cause I'm a flim-flam man from Alabama, got a razor in my shoe. Got a deck of my cards up my sleeve and a deal from the bottom too. Got an ace in the hole, a quarter on the table, and before the night is through, I'll have your money in my pocket, your watch and chain, and your best gal too.
Whatever's real easy. We'd like to, if we're gonna fall them, we like to fall them right into the back of the truck. I mean, like, so we don't have to pick them up twice. But where I am right now, we're just cutting them up on the ground. They're just lying there.
How long are those things been lying on it?
Oh, 50, 100 years.
And they're still good.
Oh, like the day they fell down. The stuff lasts and lasts and lasts. I saw a forestry truck and the Mounties, they start talking like that, it's going to get a little tighter out here. They don't normally, or didn't used to. You never can tell with them government types that they might start cooperating and make it tough.
Here's my card, Stan. If you have to get a hold of me, my numbers are on it.
Okay, thanks. Here's my card with our address and my phone number on it.
That's great.
Some guys do it legal, but you got to have all the paperwork and permits and workman's compensation and liability insurance, and you have to follow the Forest Practices Act, and got to report everything, and there's, it just goes on and on. He's got to have a timber mark. He's got to meet all the code requirements and wait for all the paperwork to go through before he can do anything. Gee, we could starve to death. We could get, in the summertime, he'd get really dry. Could get my general drift before the paperwork went through. He ends up with too much overhead, and we're not into overhead. We're a real tight organization. We've got one that we work with at nighttime that's got a muffler on it, big muffler. It's real quiet. The one that we're using right now, we're not really too worried about being found out, so we're running without a muffler. But we find a log, and experience tells us it'll make good blocks. We just walk into it, bang, 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 split it up, and throw it on the truck. The closer to the road, the better. It's kind of fun, you know. Some of these blocks, you know, they're 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks a block, depending on the size and the grade. It's like, you know, found money. You're out there in the street picking up 20s and the 10s. It's very pleasant. Very pleasant on a nice day. We're probably, when I load this truck up, we're probably making somewhere between, $1,000, $1,200 pickup truck load like this. That's cash.
Made it. Let's go for it, Ken.
We sort of have a delegation, and Ken, he works the saw, and He'll eyeball the log and he'll either cut it into 24s, which go in 24-inch long ringers, which I'll split up into shake blocks, clean off all the knots, rot, and or we'll cut it into 18s for shingle wood. We don't get as much for shingle wood, but wood's wood. And then we throw it over to the wire, or carry it over to the wire, which is, we've got a wire strung from the road up the mountainside, gravity works. And we've got to come along at the top, and we cinch that wire up so it's just singing tight. And then we fold the block up underneath the wire, put a couple of fencing staples in it, and engage. Just let her go and gravity takes over. It blocks down the road, hits the stump, staples jump out, block hits the road. You just pick them up and put them in the trunk. Well, I don't think we're really dangerous. I wouldn't go into the bush by myself after us guys, because there's normally two of us, and sometimes we've got King with us. If he's not off chasing squirrels, he's keeping his eyes open for things.
Yeah. Find any Mounties lurking in the bush? Hard.
Guys you really should watch out for, though, are the druggies. You start walking through the boonies, you don't know what you're going to bump into.
Fire in the hole. Engage.
If you bump into one of those orangutans, I mean, they can be wacko. And they can have more than just axes and chainsaws in their hands. I'd be careful about them guys out here.
If a cop was to stop you, what do you have to have with this?
Well, you're supposed to have a designation permit. You should really have some paperwork on the truck saying that you can cut these particular logs where you say you cut them, and you're supposed to have a timber mark. Normally we write our timber mark on the back of the load when we're leaving with a special wood crayon, mark it on. But seeing as we're not legal no more, we gave the crayons to the kids. Besides which, $3 for a crayon. I worked over in the island, and they were sort of a little more with it over there, and we used to have to disguise the load under a tarp and things like that. But over here, they haven't really sort of cottoned on to it too much. Let's hit it, Ken. I know Ben up to Harrison is running a cube van. No one looks inside the cube van. It's got, I think, plumber's helper or something written on the side of it. He backs up with a cube van. No one looks inside. The sucker's bumper's dragging on the road because it's so overloaded with shake block. Most Mounties are from Elbow, Saskatchewan, and don't know a cedar tree from a fence post. They don't know what we've got at the back of the truck. For all they care, it could be just firewood, and they're off to the local church bazaar to make a weenie roast or something.
Say the police stopped you. Would they haul your stuff away, or?
Well, actually, they could, but probably the Mountie would probably call the forestry, and forestry would direct the truck to their impound yard, where the wood would be deposited there. It takes a little while for that to all happen, sort of thing. So the truck's incognito, we're standing on the sidewalk, and lo and behold, the Mountie's got all this time waiting for the forestry because he can't let the load sort of disappear. And he'll probably end up writing a whole bunch of other tickets right there in the spot. It could get downright expensive. They more or less like to take money in the form of fines. A lot less paperwork for them and a lot more lucrative. But I understand old Fred got caught over in the island there. Dizzy. Dumbo. He's the only guy around that smokes De Maurier, and for some reason or other they left a package of De Maurier everywhere he went. Took 2 and 2. There it was. Well, Fred's in the money, and Fred's in the blocks, and Fred's in the slammer. He did it once too often. Would grab anything if it wasn't spiked down. And it looked like it had a picture of the Queen on it.
What about other logging equipment?
You betcha. If it ain't spiked down, boom chains, swifter cables, chokers, all that stuff's real money, and there's a market for it. Like right now. Nice thing about boom chains is they're normally in big piles on on the wharf or in the landing, and you can pick them up real fast. And don't take no pictures of the truck. We don't need to tip them off any more than we already are. Do I need an agent for this thing? Do I get paid for all this kind of,
Boom chains. It's a musical ride. What the hell are they doing? I don't know, but let's duck.
Oh, there's always a mill somewhere around that'll take it on the slide. No GST, no sales tax. Just take the blocks, pay cash, boom, right on the spot, and it's off to the bar. I mean, more spotted owls in parks? I mean, it's great out here.
How you doing today, Ron?
Oh, hi, Pete. Fine.
Got your papers on you today?
Wife's got them. My dog ate them. We had them, but the chainsaw ate them. We need papers? Papers? We don't need no stinking papers. Well, Ken came down with diarrhea and we were out of toilet paper. Papers? This is for a high school project. They're down there at the environmental class. They're going to use this to build little houses for spotted owls. We were rolling a big block down the side hill and a branch caught up with the papers and the coat, and down the hill it went. It fell in the creek. We went down to try and rescue it, but the block sort of slipped away. We tried to lasso it, got a stump instead. Ken fell in the chuck. We went in to get him afterwards, try and pull him out. We all fell in, we all got wet, so we lit a fire and we were drying everything out, including the papers, and Black Bear showed up. And we climbed a tree real quick like, and the bear stuck around and stomped out the fire and ate our lunch and consumed a case of beer and the papers. We don't have them.
Ron, I'm afraid we're going to have to seize your load. You don't have it marked, you don't have your papers, so what I want you to do is follow me to the impound yard.
That's for real.
What the hell is this? We're not gonna get paid, Ron?
They don't cash checks in jail.
Yeah, well,
Well, I'm a sinner, I'm a grinner, and I'm always a winner when the chips are down. I'm a stealer, I'm a reeler, and a low-down cheater, so don't you try and push me around. See you later, alligator, there's a freight train waiting. You bet it's calling my name. You better count your belongings before I go, 'cause I'm never coming back again. 'Cause I'm a flim-flam man from Alabama, got a razor in my shoe. Got a deck of my cards up my sleeve and a deal from the bottom too. Got an ace in the hole, quarter on the table, and before the night is through, I'll have your money in my pocket, your watch and chain, and you best get